you've heard what I've been saying about these nice little touches to make this trail nicer, better for hikers. Those are just everywhere here too. Picnic benches and small shelters. Railings like that one. Really great riverside walking. I like this. Back on the road walk. One thing that I've noticed on this hike is that I'm thinking a lot less than I was on the Appalachian Trail. Days are going faster. I think that's mainly because there's just so few people on this trail. So few people to talk to. And I guess in a sense, thinking, like conscious thoughts, those are really only relevant when you're trying to communicate to other people. So if you're around less people, of course you're going to have less conscious thoughts. Check this out. Just out back of this really small town in the middle of nowhere. Next to the playground, they have a hut for us hikers. Next to the lake as well. There's no way there would be a via ferrata here. That would be cool as hell. There is a via ferrata, but it seems to be really expensive, so it's probably not worth it. The via ferrata looks pretty pathetic from the lookout, to be honest. Like you probably would have seen in that shot, there were some of those bridges out there. So you would probably cross a few of those bridges and then climb up some rungs on the cliff face. 15-meter cliff face. It's probably the only vertical 15-meter cliff face in this entire region. So they fill it with bolts and rungs and get people to climb it for like $500. All these lines are over the place. I'm pretty sure they're for tapping maple syrup. Walking through the outskirts of Amqui right now. That town is pretty important because it's going to be the last real resupply for about 200 to 250 kilometers, a very, very long stretch of trail. So I really need to get about 6-7 days of food here, get fully restocked. There's one convenience store which I'll bump into tomorrow, and then there's just nothing for a very long time over a mountain range, basically, through the Matun Wilderness and through Gaspésie National Park. I might be pronouncing things wrong, but yeah. So that's kind of weighing on my mind, trying to figure out what kind of food I want to buy, which will keep me going for 6 to 7 days over mountains. I really wasn't expecting to reach Amqui today. I thought I would reach it maybe early to mid tomorrow, so I have done about 42 kilometers. I need to do another 5 or so to get to the campsite, the first campsite past town, which means that I'm going to end up doing roughly 30 miles today, which I really wasn't expecting to do when I woke up this morning. The way people decorate their homes and the way people dress is all just very European, like not even necessarily French exactly, just European. It's like Quebec is a European country with close ties to France, which just happens to be on the wrong side of the Atlantic. I've landed myself in a weird situation very good situation of getting a trail magic stay again in Canada. So yeah, I was just at the supermarket resupplying, and this guy in line offered a place at his house, so here I am. And it's been great, as it was last time. Maybe I can get through all of Canada just on these trail magic stays. 9 a.m. Just woke up in the town of Amqui. Seb was a great host. And now I guess I'm going on my next leg of the hike. Maybe not quite yet. I think today is going to be pretty flat through the valley still to this next very small town, St. Vianney. And then it's on to the wilderness. Lots of road walking out of town, but that's fine. I uploaded 2 videos. As I'm sure you've seen, most of the last couple of days has been road walking of some kind, usually forest road, sometimes normal road walk. So this is a bit of a nice change, well-maintained trail. Town of St. Vianney. There's a lot of small towns, small villages like this in the Quebec countryside I've seen that the trail goes through, and I've liked all of them. Just these really small, cozy places, usually just a convenience store in the middle, not much else, but it's nice they exist. This bathroom is only about, I think about like less than 100 steps away from the place where I'm camping, which is pretty convenient. Yeah, there's power outlets down there, so I think I might use them. I'm thinking I'll keep my power bank here to charge up fully, because this is the last chance I have to charge this thing for the next 8-9 days or so, maybe. We'll see. And I'm just gonna hope that no one steals it overnight. It's not like it's very likely. Very small town. Very few people. Good morning, just leaving the town of St. Vianney. It's a really nice place. The campsite was really nice. I had a great sleep. I actually slept in pretty late. But that's fine because this is the last time I'm going to be inside a town for a very long time. Now, I'm about to walk into the Chick Chalks. No more towns for I think about 250 kilometers. No more resupplies for about 180, which is the longest resupply gap on the entire route. But I'm pretty well stocked up. We'll see how it goes. It's pretty cold this morning. It hasn't been this cold since the vicinity of Katahdin, which really reminds me that I'm getting back into the hills, but also kind of makes me wonder how long summer is really going to last anyway. I mean, I'm in early August now. Eventually it's going to start really getting colder. I'm in Canada, for goodness sake. Entering Matane. I've heard this section is pretty serious. I decided that before I enter the regional park, before I start bombing through the wilderness, I'm just gonna have a nice relaxing time next to the river, eating these biscuits. I grabbed a pack of these from the last town, 2 packs actually. The last pack tasted amazing, although that was made with lots of actual Canadian maple syrup. These seem to have less Canadian maple syrup in them, but they still taste good. Something that I don't talk about too much, and maybe that I should talk more about, is making these vlogs, because of course that's a pretty significant part of my day, part of my life on trail at the moment. Especially since right now I'm very, very far behind. So as I'm sure you've seen, I got up to like 2 months behind at one point, and now I'm clawing that back. So pretty soon it should be around a month and 1 week, 1 month. And I'm editing a lot of vlogs right now because pretty soon I'm going to have my very last chance in about a week or so to upload any of them. So I think I might upload 3 vlogs at once if I can at the Discovery Center, at the Visitor Center. which I sort of need to because I really need to get back on track. I want to be like 2 weeks behind or 1 week behind, not 5 weeks behind. The vlog I just edited was from the Bigelows and from kind of central northern Maine, which was a really interesting section. I kind of can't believe it was only 3 weeks ago. It feels like longer. Start of the Matane Wilderness. That's where I'm headed, Gapgas Bay. This might be, I'm not sure because I don't have access to the internet, this might be the most thorough documentation of this part of the ECT to date. And that of course means that I have no idea what the section ahead really looks like. Ferns seem to come up a strange amount in discussion of the Matane Reserve. Otherwise, I just do not know what kind of hiking it's going to be. It seems very, very difficult. So this is it. I'm at the base of the first of the Chick Chalks right now. Just this really long mountain range that keeps on getting higher and higher. So we'll see how I go. First summit in the Chick Chalks. Not a very impressive elevation, but it's a nice view. This low range of hills is really nice. Of course, they're just going to get bigger and bigger, but I'm even liking the low ones. Nothing too special, but special enough that I'm appreciating being here. At the time I'm filming this, the Olympics are happening. Everyone's getting really excited about sport climbing and bouldering. And I've been watching all the highlight reels. Like, I couldn't actually get onto the live stream or the replays, but I've been watching as much stuff from sport climbing in the Olympics as I possibly can because I love the sport, and I've really, really realized just how much I absolutely love climbing and how much I probably always will. Of course, rock climbing can be expensive, and it's not really something I am really drawn to do for a ridiculous amount of time on end, just because like the kind of climbing I like to do, trad climbing, it's very easy and nice and fun. Maybe a bit risky, but it's fun. And I'm not sure, it's just I want to do something hard, something challenging, you know? So that's why I'm out here instead of trad climbing, but I cannot wait to get back to the sport of climbing once I get back into real life. I just love it so much. Made it off the hills into a shelter. It's nice. It's not quite enclosed because this is just kind of a temporary door, but that said, I like that a bit more than the enclosed ones because it means that there's less trapped heat in here. Two foods that I've learned make me feel just amazing on trail are rice and olive oil. Those two things. So I have dinner with a whole bunch of both of those.